welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the video series on classic science, and today we are going to discuss the chapter reaching the age of adolescence. That is the very 10th chapter of your science, and this is the chapter of biology. Let me tell you that this is a very important chapter. In this you are going to learn a lot of concepts, and it can be said that it is continuation chapter of your chapter reproduction in animals. So please do watch the entire video. And guys, I will not forget to tell you, but the link for the doubt solving form, the suggestion form is in the description box. If you have any doubt regarding this chapter, you can write me down, as well as if you have any suggestion regarding my teaching, or if you want any videos of your choice, you can write me down in the suggestion form. Plus the link for the live quiz is also in the description box, as well as the suggestion notes is also in the description box. So visit the description box, have fun, and watch the entire video till the end. So let us begin. So beginning with this chapter, first of all, let us understand the meaning of the word reaching the age of adolescence. That is the title of the chapter. So we need to understand the meaning first. So reaching the age. So this is about the period, a period of time that happens in your life, a period of time through which you pass. This is a sort of phase that you see. Okay, a phase means a time that has to pass, and that is going to pass, of course. So you are going to learn about that period. Means here it is, people. This is you now. This is you now. Okay, now, and this is you after. So यहाँ से आपने पता है, आप यहाँ से यहाँ तक का जो सफ़र है ना, that you are going to learn in this video. You are going to learn about this way in this video, right? Now let us study. So contents of the, first of all, learning points. We are going to learn about what is adolescence, puberty, changes during puberty. Then we will learn about secondary sexual characters. We are also going to learn about role of hormones in initiating the reproductive function, menstruation, then sex determination. Then we are going to learn about hormones other than sex hormones. Then we will also learn about the reproductive health. That is a very small topic in this chapter out there. So now let us begin with adolescence first of all. So what is adolescence? Adolescence is the period of life when body undergoes changes leading to reproductive maturity. If your exams are coming, people, let me tell you that this is a very important definition from this chapter. Okay, you need to remember this definition. This definition tells you that what exactly is adolescence. So in this particular definition, the most important word that you do not have to miss is reproductive maturity. You do not have to miss this word at any chance, at any go, because this is a very important word in this entire definition. Now, what is exactly about this definition? Let us study it. So adolescence, it is telling that adolescence is a period of life when our body undergoes changes leading to reproductive maturity. Means in our body a lot of different changes are going to take place, and those changes which will take place, they will lead to, means अगर आप कुछ काम करते हो, then you are going to get a result. तो उन changes का result क्या होने वाला है? What will happen if you throw a glass? It will break, right? It will break. If that glass will be fragile, it will break. So आपने कुछ action किया, तो वो action किया तो उससे आपको जो result निकल करके आया, that we are talking. So in this also, the action was changes that are going to happen in your body. Okay, and then उसका result क्या होगा? Your result will be reproductive maturity. Means you will be ready to reproduce. You can now reproduce. Okay, you can reproduce. That you have already learned in the 9th chapter, the reproduction in animals chapter. If you haven't watched my video yet, so please do watch it, as it is going to be super helpful for you people. Now this is all about adolescence. Now let us move on and study something more about adolescence, a bit more important points on this chapter. So adolescence, it varies from person to person. Means the period of adolescence varies from person to person. Maybe in some person it is starting at age of 11 and ending at age of 19. Maybe at some person it is starting at the age of 13, ending at the age of 18. So it varies from person to person. First of all, the period, the age of adolescence will vary from a person to the other person. Now adolescence begins at 11 and lasts up to, here it will come up to 18 or 19. Means it is going to begin at 11, when you will be 11 years old, where adolescence will begin, and till how much it is going to last. So not adolescence, we can say that from 11 your adolescence will begin, but the wave to it will begin. Okay, once you get adult, After 18 or 19, you are said to be an adult because now you are ready to reproduce. You are reproductively mature. Not only reproductively, you are mature emotionally as well. Okay, so now you can just hold up those responsibilities. Like we always say, right, that people should be married whether they are girls or boys after 18 only. After 18 only they have to be married. Why is it so? This is because after 18 they are mature, right? This is known as mature. So this is only the reason for that. Now what is puberty? Okay, let us one more important point. Adolescents are called teenagers. Now before you are adult, you are adolescents, and then you will be known as teenagers. So your teenage is from 11 to 18. Okay, so at this age you are said to be a teenager, like you are a sort of teen. Okay, now puberty. What is puberty? Though here the human body undergoes several changes. There are many changes that are happening in our body, as we have learned in the definition of adolescence as well, that a lot of different changes are going to happen in our body, undergoes changes. Those changes is your puberty. Those changes are marking that now your puberty begins. This is what your puberty is. The changes that are happening in your body, a lot of changes will happen. Now what are those changes will happen? Can I say that? Let me see. Increase in height. Your height will increase. You are not going to stay as small as you were before. You are going to increase your height, of course. Now, change in body shape. Your body shape is going to change. In girls, like in boys, they grow muscles, right? In boys, they grow muscles, and in girls, the fat is deposited in the hip region. Okay, that in the hip region, the fat is deposited and that becomes sort of fat. Then change in voice. Your voice also certainly changes because your voice is not going to remain same as it was before puberty and after puberty. It will not be like that. As it was before puberty, after puberty it is going to sort of change. Okay. Now, increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands. Your sweat glands that are releasing your sweat. Okay, whenever you feel very hot, you see the water on your body. That is not exactly water, that is your sweat. Okay, that are your sweat. Now that sweat that you see is released through that sweat glands, right? So when you hit the age of puberty, okay, then they start to increase that activity. Means पहले थोड़ा कम किया करते थे, but now they will increase. Now they will do even more. Reaching mental, intellectual and emotional maturity. Now you are going to emotionally get mature. You are going to face the problem of mood change. Like अभी आप हंस रहे थे, खुश थे, you were very happy, and suddenly like you went in depression, right? So this happens at this age. This is very common. So you are going to even get emotionally mature at this age. Moving on and learning about secondary sexual characters. What exactly are secondary sexual characters? So here it goes. Some changes take place in bodies of girls and boys. There are many changes that are taking place in bodies of girls and boys, right? Like in boys, you must have observed height growth. In girls, you must have observed height growth. In boys, their beard grows, their mustache grows. In girls also grow hair, okay, not beard and mustache, but they grow very little facial hair, the hair on their body. In the pubic region, boys also grow hair in the pubic region, and of course some changes are taking place in our bodies, like body shape is changing. So what is happening now? These changes help distinguish between a girl and a boy, and once these changes are happening, you can distinguish between a girl and a boy. If a girl is having beard, can you like imagine a girl having beard and mustache? No. A boy will have that, right? So you can just, if you see beard and mustache, you can just say like, he's a boy, yeah. He's not a girl. Here he is having natural beard and mustache, right? So this helps to differentiate or distinguish between a girl and a boy. In male, testes, and in female, ovaries produce gametes. Now in males, testes is the reproductive organ in males, right? As you have already learned in 9th chapter. If you want to watch that video, please check out the I button, and if there is no video available in the I button, go to my playlist Class 8 Science Print. The link provided in the description box. In that playlist you are going to get the video. Now testes are your testes are your male reproductive organs that produce your male gametes, that is your sperms. Now they are going to begin to develop. They are going to begin to develop, or we can say they are going to begin to produce those gametes. In female also your ovaries produce gametes. Okay, female also your ovaries produce gametes, that are your eggs, the female gametes. So this will start their production. In girls, breasts grow to develop at puberty, and boys begin to grow facial hair. In girls, you are going to grow your breasts. Okay, you are going to grow your breasts. And in boys, what is actually happening? They are going to begin to grow facial hair, or hair on face. These are called secondary sexual characters, and all this that you have seen in this, all this you have seen, these are only your secondary sexual characters. So let us have a quick thing about what exactly are secondary sexual characters. Now in boys you have seen growing of beard and mustache, like facial hair in the pubic region, in the facial region, in the entire body, right? And in the armpits also they grow hair. Not only boys, girls also grow, but they do not grow a lot of hair in their face, okay, of course. And then what are the different more changes that are happening? That in girls they are going to grow their breasts, right? And not only this much, all lot of different things like testes and ovaries, they are going to start to produce gametes. So this all are only known as your secondary sexual characters. Now the changes that are occurring, the changes that occur at adolescence are controlled by hormones. Now what exactly are hormones? Hormones are your chemical messengers, or chemical substances present in your body that are secreted by some of the other gland. These secretions from endocrine glands. These secretions are from your endocrine glands. Now which is the male hormone? Please guys remember this. Your male hormone is your testosterone. Just let me check this. Okay. Your male hormone is the testosterone. This is derived probably from the word testes, right? Very much similar to that. So testosterone. And your female hormone is estrogen. Your female hormone is estrogen. Of course, always remember, this is not hormone. Okay, this is not hormone. This is hormone. This is hormone. Okay, so this is not hormone. So please do not call it male hormone, female hormone. It's male hormone and female hormone. Okay. Production of these hormones is under the control of another hormone secreted by endocrine glands called pituitary glands. Now pituitary glands are known as your master glands, as most of the functions are controlled by it. Okay, that is why it is also known as your master gland. Now role of hormones in initiating the reproductive function. Let us learn about it. Endocrine glands release hormones into the bloodstream to reach a particular body part called target site. Please guys remember this definition about target site. So endocrine glands, what are these glands? Now only you have learned, okay, they secrete hormones. What do they do is they actually release hormones into the bloodstream. Now they will release hormones. As they secrete, they have the right to release as well. So once they release hormones, they are going to release them in a bloodstream to reach a particular body part. It is not going to go it is not going to spread everywhere. It is going to go in a particular body part, and that body part will be your target site. Means on which it has been targeted. आपका जो goal था that you are completing, that target you are completing, that will be your target site, right? The target site responds to the hormone. There are many endocrine glands and ductless glands in the body. Ductless glands means what? Ductless, okay, it's ductless. So your ductless glands have no duct, like your fallopian tubes that are your oviducts, right? So they are less means something that is not like if you are brainless, then it means that you do not have brain. Of course you are not brainless, but this is sort of example. So that only means ductless, means having no duct. Now so there are many such types of such endocrine glands in our body. The testes and ovaries secrete sex hormones. Now sex hormones are secreted that help in reproduction, are secreted by your testes and ovaries, that are your female and male reproductive organs. Moving on, menstruation, very important point out of this book. In female, the reproductive phase of life begins at the puberty and lasts up to 45 to 50 years. Because after 45 to 50 years in female, after 45 to 50 years, you will be not capable to reproduce. You cannot reproduce after this. Okay, you cannot give birth to a baby after this age, because your capability is still limited till this age only. But in boys something different is there. In girls there is a limited age when you are going to stop to reproduce, but in boys, in girls, they are going to stop producing their female gametes, that are your eggs. But boys will not stop that. Even after 50 years, even after 70 years, they will not stop producing sperms, that are your male gametes. So in males, that is no such age limited time period, but in girls there is so. So in girls, what happens is menstruation in daily words. Okay, menstruation, here it goes, just let me change it. So your menstruation, it lasts up to 45 to 50 years. After 45 to 50 years, this particular process is going to stop in the body of your female. The ova begins to mature on the onset of puberty. Now, as the onset of puberty is set, like changes are happening in your body, then the ova will begin to get mature. The ovum matures and is released by one of the ovaries once in about 28 to 30 days. Now what is going to happen is, once ovum matures, once the ovum is mature, then it will be released in once like 28 to 30 days, that is around a month. Approximately a month, that is your 28 to 30 days, it will be released. And once it is released, after this time period, you are going to face menstruation. Now let us learn something more. So during this period, the wall of uterus becomes thick so as to receive the egg in case it is fertilized and begins to develop. This results in pregnancy. Now how does pregnancy happens? So this is about it. What will happen is, after 28 to 30 days, your ovaries, once they are mature, they will start releasing. If they release, then the wall of uterus thickens. Why? They are like in search of sperm, that is your male gamete. Once the male gamete will fuse with the female gamete, then reproduction, the process will take place, right? So fertilization, not reproduction process, but of course fertilization process will take place. So the ovary that you are having, it is waiting that मैं कब fertilize होऊंगा. अगर fertilize वो हो जाता है, if it is receiving the sperm, then of course it will get fertilized, और fertilized होने के बाद then the pregnancy takes place. But अगर ये fertilize ना हुआ तो, if fertilization does not occur, the released egg and the thickened line of the uterus along with its blood vessels are shed off. और अगर ऐसा नहीं होता, अगर उसको sperm नहीं मिलता है, fertilization process does not take place, then वो जो चीज़ें होती है तो वो shed हो जाती है. Shed मतलब they sort of release हो जाती हैं. So that is why in menstruation a lot of blood releases, that is blood out of your body, that releases through your vagina. This causes bleeding in women, which is called menstruation. And ये जो process होती है, इस reason की वजह से women में you have bleeding after 28 to 30 days in your pubic region, and this is only known as your menstruation. Menstruation occurs in about every 28 to 30 days. Menstruation in women take place, or in females take place, right? And menstruation takes place after a period. Like it is not going to take place when you are 5-year-old, when you are 6-year-old. It does not take place in boys. It will take place in female only. But it will take place after your puberty begins. Maybe 11 years, 13 years, maybe 15 years your puberty is beginning. So it depends on you. Of course, the age differs. Now people, the first menstruation that is taking place is known as a menarche. And at 45 to 50 years, the menstruation cycle will just stop working. And that will be your last menstruation, and that will be known as menopause. So how to remember the term? Menarche, that is your first menstruation, and menopause, that is your last menstruation. So very important point. In menopause word, the word pause is coming. Can you guys clearly see? In this word, the word pause is coming. Pause means किसी चीज को रुक जाना, stoppage of something, okay, stopping of something. So जब stop होती है, then menopause. And when it begins, it is menarche. It is not menarche, it's menarche, right? Now, moving on, how is the sex of a baby determined? Sex means what? gender. Sex means what? It is gender. Now gender can be of two types, either it will be male or either it will be female. Okay, either it will be female. Now how is the sex of a baby, means the gender of a baby decided whether it is going to be a boy or a girl, a male or a female. Let us study it here, people. So here it goes, boy or girl, this is what you are going to learn. So thread-like structure called as chromosomes. All human body, यहाँ पे people remember this, there are thread-like structures in your body that are known as your chromosomes, that are उनके बहुत ज़्यादा contribution है इसमें. All human body has 23 pair of chromosomes. In your human body also you will be having 23 pairs of chromosomes. Means 23 pairs मतलब एक पैर में कितने हैं? 2 chromosomes. Each pair is having, your one pair is going to have at least 2 chromosomes, that is 23 pairs of chromosomes, right? 2 chromosomes out of this are sex chromosomes, name X and Y. और आपके जो 23 chromosomes होते हैं उनमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ 2 chromosomes आपके sex chromosomes होते हैं. These are your sex chromosomes. Okay. अब sex chromosomes क्या होते हैं? वो 2 टाइप के होते हैं, या फिर वो X हो गए या फिर वो Y हो गए. अब X जो होता है that is present in women, वो फीमेल में हमेशा प्रेजेंट होती है. फीमेल में जो 2 सेक्स क्रोमोसोम्स होते हैं ना, वो दोनों के दोनों ही एक्स होते हैं. देयर आर एक्स ओनली. मेल में अब क्या होता है? मेल में व्हाट हैपेंस इज एक्स भी प्रेजेंट होता है, वाई भी प्रेजेंट होता है. आप डिसाइड ये होता है कि जो स्पर्म फ्यूज हो रहा है उस स्पर्म में उस टाइम एक्स प्रेजेंट है या वाई. अगर उस स्पर्म में उस टाइम एक्स प्रेजेंट होगा बॉयज वाले में, ओके, तो और गर्ल्स में तो पहले से ही एक्स है, बॉयज वाले में एक्स निकला, गर्ल्स में भी पहले से एक्स है, तो गर्ल्स में तो पहले से ही एक्स है, राइट. सो अब क्या होने वाला है? यू आर गोइंग टू गेट अ गर्ल चाइल्ड. इससे डिसाइड होता है कि यू आर गोइंग टू गेट अ गर्ल चाइल्ड. बट अगर कुछ और ही हुआ, अब देखो गर्ल्स का तो डिसाइडेड है एक्स है, बट अगर बॉयज का जो स्पर्म जो मेल स्पर्म में आया वाई फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अब वाई आ गया तो यार ये तो एक्स एक्स नहीं रहा, ये तो एक्स वाई हो गया. सो नाउ दिस विल गिव बर्थ टू अ बॉय. सो इस तरह से डिसाइड होता है आपका सेक्स ऑफ अ बेबी, राइट. अ फीमेल हैज 2 X क्रोमोसोम्स व्हाइल अ मेल हैज 1 X एंड 1 Y. मतलब ये 2 क्रोमोसोम होता है, फीमेल के पास दोनों ही X होता है, व्हाइल बॉयज में 1 is X and the other one is Y. The unfertilized egg has X chromosome. जो fertilized नहीं हुआ होता है, because in female body that is X only. So the egg that is not fertilized has X chromosome. While when a sperm having X chromosome fuses with the egg, it gives rise to a girl. And when a sperm having Y chromosome fuses, then it gives rise to a boy. Moving on, hormones other than sex hormones. Now what are the different hormones? Sex hormones we have already studied, your testosterone and your estrogen. Now let us study hormones other than this, मतलब इनके सिवाय भी होते हैं कि नहीं. So other than pituitary, testes and ovaries, there are other endocrine glands in our body. So pituitary, master gland, testes, your gland, okay, male in male and ovaries in female. This and there are other endocrine glands. This all are glands, okay, ये सारे ही glands है, but इन सबको क्या बोलते हैं आप? Endocrine glands बोलते हैं. Now इनके सिवाय भी हमारे बॉडी में there are some endocrine glands. For example, thyroid, pancreas and adrenals. Goitre is a disease of thyroid gland. It happens when the body, okay, when the thyroid gland stops producing thyroxine. Now हर एक ग्लैंड एक हार्मोन प्रोड्यूस करता है. अगर थायराइड ग्लैंड ने थायरॉक्सिन प्रोड्यूस करना बंद कर दिया, उसका हार्मोन क्या है? थायरॉक्सिन, उसने प्रोडक्शन उसकी बंद कर दी, देन व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन? आपको एक डिसीज हो जाएगा, दैट विल बी योर गोइत्रे. Diabetes occurs because of pancreas stop producing insulin in sufficient quantity. अगर प्रोड्यूस कर भी रहे हैं पर क्वांटिटी सफिशिएंट नहीं है, then you are going to get diabetes. डायबिटीज 2 टाइप का होता है. एक आपको शुगर हाई है एंड द सेकंड वन इज शुगर इज वेरी लाइक लो, यू नीड टू कंज्यूम शुगर, एंड दूसरा होता है कि यू नीड टू अवॉइड शुगर. सो ये किसकी वजह से होता है? बिकॉज ऑफ योर इंसुलिन, द लैक ऑफ इंसुलिन बोल लो या फिर बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सेसिव ऑफ इंसुलिन. अगर आपके पैंक्रियास गलत तरह से इंसुलिन को प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं. द एड्रिनल ग्लैंड्स सीक्रेट हार्मोन व्हिच मेंटेन द करेक्ट सॉल्ट बैलेंस इन ब्लड. Adrenals also produce the hormones adrenaline. It helps to maintain stress. Now adrenals जो होता है वो कुछ और hormones भी produce करते हैं, that are known as your adrenaline. और वो जो होते हैं that helps you to maintain your stress. Now reproductive health, that is the last topic. Okay. So पहला तो balanced diet. You must have a balanced diet, healthy food. You must avoid junk food. You should exercise daily because that is really very important for your body, and you have to maintain personal hygiene because that is much important during this period, like your puberty age, right? And you have to say no to drugs, alcohol, all the things are very harmful for your body. Do not consume those. Now people, subscribe to my channel, hit on that like button if you did enjoy the video. I know the video has gone really long this time, but this was a long chapter, of course, so we had to make this long video of 25 minutes. So now guys, I would like to tell you that the link for doubt solving form is in the description box. So if you have any doubt related to this topic, you can write me down in the doubt solving form. The link for suggestion form in the description. If you have any suggestions for me, write me down in the suggestion form. Or if you have if you want to attempt quiz for this particular chapter, quiz link is in the description box. And if you want notes for this particular session, then the session notes link in description. So just check out the description box, link of playlists, videos, and doubt solving form, suggestion form, quiz link, notes, everything is in the description. So guys, let's meet in our next video. Till then, take care, tata, and bye bye. Bye guys.